Okay, so we've all seen AI make incredible art, write code, but what about cooking? What happens when AI puts on an apron? That's what we're diving into today. An AI that's not just a chef, but also your personal nutritionist, all rolled into one. Pretty cool, right? Let's get into it. So, let's just think about this for a second. What if your chef was also a scientist? I mean, really, the same tool that helps you cook an amazing meal could also, in the same breath, tell you exactly what's in it, scientifically. That's the game-changing idea we're exploring.
And, this isn't some small niche problem. The numbers are huge. 73%. That's almost 3/4 of Americans who are actively trying to manage their diet. Whether it's for health reasons, allergies, you name it. That's a massive number of people who could really use a smarter way to figure out what they're eating.
And let's bring this down to earth for a second. Think about someone, say a parent with diabetes, just trying to figure out what to make for dinner. Right now, that means jumping on Google, looking up glycemic indexes, trying to calculate carbs, all for one meal. Which should take 2 minutes, turns into a half-hour research project. It's a huge pain point, and that's the exact problem we're trying to solve here. So how do we fix this? Well, the answer isn't just another recipe app. It's something much, much smarter. We're talking about AI agents. Okay, so what's the big deal about agents? Well, think about it like this. Your traditional recipe app. It's basically a digital cookbook. It's static. It gives you a list of instructions, and that's it. But an AI agent, that's like having an actual chef in your kitchen. It doesn't just follow one recipe, it can think. It pulls info from everywhere, recipe sites, nutritional databases, the web, and puts it all together to give you a smart answer that's actually tailored to you. All right, enough talk about the theory. Let's see this thing in action. We're going to put the AI agent cook to the test and see how it handles its two big jobs, being a creative sous chef and a super precise nutritionist.
And we're not starting easy. Oh no, the request is for chicken biryani. I mean, come on, that's a notoriously tricky dish to get right. It's complex, it has a ton of steps. This is a real stress test for the AI's cooking chops. So, what does it come back with?
Whoa! Okay, look at this response. This is impressive. It doesn't just spit out a list of ingredients, it actually specifies the authentic, dumb cooking method. It tells you, hey, this is an intermediate skill level, so you know what you're getting into, and then it breaks down all the timing, prep, marination, cooking. This isn't just a recipe, it's a full-on battle plan for making an amazing dinner. But remember, that's only half of its job, right? Now let's switch hats to the nutritionist. So here, a user just wants to know the nutritional info for a simple chicken Caesar salad. And look how easy this is. You just punch in the ingredients you're using, no complicated chat, just a simple list. Done.
And bam! Instantly, the AI analyzes that and gives you this super clear visual breakdown. You can see right away, okay, this is high in protein, high in fat, and pretty low on carbs. Getting that kind of powerful feedback, literally in a second, is a total game changer.
And here's the number everyone always wants to know, the calories. 295. But the key here is that it's 295 calories for your specific salad, with your ingredients. You're not just guessing or using some generic number from a random website. This is data for the actual meal you're about to eat. That's huge.
So when you step back, you see what's happening here. You've got these two incredible powers in one tool. On one hand, it's your creative sous chef, walking you through the art of cooking, and on the other, it's your precise nutritionist, giving you the hard science behind your food. It's the best of both worlds.
Okay, so this is all really cool, but how does it actually work? Let's pop the hood for a minute and see what's making all this magic happen.
All right, this diagram might look a little intense, but it's actually pretty simple. You, the user, make a request. That request goes to the brain of the whole operation, which is an AI agent powered by Gemini. Think of this agent like a super smart project manager. It looks at your request and says, okay, who do I need for this job? And it sends out the task to the right expert, maybe the recipe database, the nutrition engine, or just searches the web. Then it pulls all that info back together and gives you that one perfect, complete answer.
And here's the tech that makes it all tick. The brain is Google's Gemini 2.5 Flash. That's what does all the smart thinking. For its memory, it uses something called the Quadrant Vector Database, which is just a fancy way of saying it can find similar recipes super fast. And it's all wrapped up in a speedy, fast API backend and a nice, modern React frontend. It's a solid, powerful setup. So what we've seen is already amazing, but honestly, it's just the start. So where does this go from here? Let's take a peek at the roadmap for the kitchen of the future.
First up, The plan is to go from a solo act to a whole orchestra of agents. Imagine you have one agent that's an expert in tweaking recipes, another that's a genius at weekly meal planning, and a third that automatically creates your shopping list. And they all work together, perfectly in sync.
Then, things get even cooler. The next step is to add more senses, making it multimodal. So think about this. You could talk to it hands-free while you're cooking. Or you could just point your phone's camera at a pile of ingredients and it would know exactly what you have. No more typing.
And the big, long-term dream? It's all about connecting everything. We're talking full-on smart kitchen integration. Imagine your AI telling your smart oven to preheat to the perfect temperature, or getting a reading directly from your smart scale. It stops being just an app on your phone and becomes the actual brain of your entire kitchen.
So, that brings us to the big final question, right? Could an AI in our pocket really be the key that unlocks our potential in the kitchen? Could it actually make us all better, healthier, and maybe even more adventurous cooks? It's a fascinating thought. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.